happening, people? Welcome back to another video. 3:30, my favorite stream, you know it already. Here with the guests and the tough topics of discussion. We're going through it. Is Noni a good move to Arsenal? Could we get bitten in the bum? Maybe. Flamengo are a very, very tough team who chose to play in approximately was coming to 3 hours and 20 minutes. That's going to be tough. Also, what are Chelsea doing in the transfer market? I don't even know myself. So I'm here to talk about it with the Panelele. We're here to talk. We're here to discuss. We're not here to agree. And if you disagree in the comments, you be respectful. You know what I mean? Do you get me? And you keep it stepping. Chelsea expect to sign Keenan Yildiz. I hear it. I hear it. We'll see. We'll see. Smash the like button and subscribe. Yeah. There's viewers who are going to come on the stream. This is my peak hours of streaming. A lot of viewers do come into the chat. So make sure if you're here early, you smash the like button for me. You make sure you're subscribing. And also, I'm going to add all the guest handles and Twitters, whatnot, below. So they're going to send it to me below in the private chat. Let me say it now. There we go. So people then, let's see the sub count. I believe, before we get into the topics, I believe the sub count is relatively healthy. We need to make sure we're upping it. We need to make sure we're upping it. Yeah? Let's make sure. By the way, who else is flipping hot? Because I don't know about you, but I'm very hot. It's 28. It's 28 degrees right now, bro. 28 degrees, bro. 28 degrees is mad. Can't lie to you. Be up chairs, light in the room. Yeah, 100% I'd come downstairs today, bro. I had to come downstairs today. Got my drink here because it's damn hot, boy. No, I'm saying I don't know why I'm excited. Like Chelsea are not playing at 7 p.m. So I'm gonna make sure the stream doesn't go for too long, so I can get the man to give their opinions and whatnot. Nah, I mean, we can get talking, man. But what's everyone saying? What's everyone saying? Hope everyone's good. Everyone's Gucci. Couch will be joining hopefully soon. To get me, Ads is there, and Paul or Robert M is my guy. It's also there. Olu got that 720 camera. Listen, if you don't want, listen, Olu knows what to do. If Olu wants to get a new camera, pay some super chats. Duh. Like the super chats are there for you lot to donate to help the channel Lele. Do you get me? At the moment, everything that gets paid for and these little updates and whatnot, yeah, that's coming out my back, Katete. Do you get me? Jerome, me there, bro. Yo, Jamaican people, them. Big up my people, them, Jerome. My family's from Mandeville. If you know, you know. They get me. Very, very foresty area. Obviously, Jamaica's quite foresty, but very, very foresty. But that's my people, them. They get me. Please, can a club have Dewsbury Hall? Harvey, don't stress, man. Don't stress about that. That'll get sorted out. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't stress too much about that. In my opinion, I think that Dewsbury Hall will be gone. But we're going to talk on it a little bit. That's not like a main point of discussion on today's topics. But I do hear it. I do hear it at all. I do hear it. But yeah, I do hear that. But yeah, don't forget, guys, everybody's thing will be below. Yeah? Let's get them in. My family's from Clarendon, bro. Yeah, very close. Be at Jerome from Jamaica. We love to see people them in here. First, we've got Ads in the building. Me, brother.
What's good, bro? What's good, man? Good to be here, man.
No, like I got the Chelsea ticket on today. Obviously, Chelsea's playing. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Why went?
I might put it on.
Huh?
If we win, I might put it on too. Now I might put it on.
I wear an Ops t-shirt though. Man's wearing an Inter Milan thing.
Bro, like, listen, I gotta big up the team. Listen, obviously, you might know the legends on the back. Obviously, they won. They did their thing. So,
you mean the goat? You mean the goat?
Yeah, the goat, bro. The goat, man. He's got to be the goat. How can he not be the goat after what he's done? It's crazy, man. He's done too much.
Hear it, man. I'm from Turkey, so we linked with him. Oh, Harvey's Turk. Wait, who you talking about? Yildiz?
Yeah, Yildiz, isn't it? Yeah, he's Turkish.
Gala, good. Yo, wait. Ads, am I missing out on something? Is there a link I need to look at? Since we'll be linked with Yildiz.
Yeah, Yildiz, yeah.
Who said that? I'll get other people then.
I haven't seen who's linked us, but I know that we're linked to him, yeah.
Chelsea's going to move to Flamengo.
It's nothing too crazy, though.
I haven't seen any links from any journalists that I know about. People then, can you answer? You know, you like sending me the copy of what the article says or the headline. Can you put that through? Yes, Rob, in the building. Yeah,
Yeah.
the
How we
Chelsea
doing?
kid. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I had
Spend
to
money
come.
on us. That Chelsea kit ain't easy, you know. It's
What's that?
expensive. That Chelsea kit looks nice. I like
Yeah,
it.
it's a long sleeve one. I like it. It's
Long
quite
sleeve
nice.
thing, yeah. Cole Palmer.
No, it's I don't. It has no. I mean, I don't buy the name ones.
Oh, yeah, too fair.
Hey, Jimmy, what's going on, man? Big up.
Yeah, Jimmy could make it as PSG's your club. Nah, Jimmy's too funny.
But one loss, a man are ramping, bro. It's crazy.
Bro. Oh yeah, apparently if they draw or lose next game, they don't top their group. Is that true? That's what someone said.
No, they want top the group.
Obviously, if we both do our thing in the groups, then we're gonna meet in the quarters, isn't it? Which is what I want to see personally.
Wait, Rob, are you saying they can't top it regardless? Because there's 2 games left now.
Who they play last?
They got 2 games left or one.
They got 1 game left.
1 game left. Oh yeah.
I think they played Atletico Madrid. Oh, they played Seattle Sounders.
Which they're gonna win. Like they're gonna win 3 or 4 now, easy.
Yeah, so they should be able to win that one. And then
if they win by a big goal difference, they'll still top it probably.
What was the Sounders and the Botafogo game? What was that?
That's important. Yeah, that's important. Let me check.
That was 2-1 win.
To who?
Botafogo won that 2-1. Yeah.
Ooh, okay. It's gonna be close.
Wait, what do we need?
Result against the minute, so it'll be close.
Atletico beat Botafogo 2-1. So Atletico and PSG are both on 3 points. So it's Botafogo versus
Botafogo versus Atletico.
Very Atletico. Yeah. Botafogo only needs a draw to top the group.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So there's a higher possibility we could definitely
avoid PSG. We could actually avoid them in the end. It would be mad.
Wait, hold on a minute. So does it go straight to like normal round of 16 after this?
Yeah. But then it would have been us versus them in the quarters if we both topped our group and then won our last 16 game.
Oh, so we could potentially face 2 lower seeded teams back to back.
Yeah.
We'll probably face Benfica or
still tough.
Boca Junior or something. Yeah, I think
not easy, but they're easier than PSG, obviously.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, okay. I don't look at the results too much. So I was like, cool, but it makes sense.
I'm telling you, we're making the finals with this thing.
Robert, why do we go too far? Why do we always do this?
I don't think it's too far to listen. For me, like,
should we start there? Should we start there then? Let's start with Flamengo. Let's go there.
Yeah,
let's start there. Because I saw some posts. I don't know if I can find it. You guys can tell your opinion. Yeah. Apparently, they've not lost in ages. In terms of competitive. Are you man not nervous for today, considering Chelsea have been played? They didn't play that well the last game. You might not a little bit worried at all. Or are you quite confident today in 7 p.m.?
Not worried. Again, I don't take it for granted. I would be like, we're gonna just win regardless and play great. No, I don't take that for granted. But I still feel like, I'm confident we're gonna win because our form the last 9-10 games, you gotta be honest, is actually pretty good. Since the Fulham game, which we won, we've only lost the 1 game against Newcastle down to 10 men away from home. Every other game we've won. And they weren't all pretty, they weren't all great, but we won the rest of the game. So we are in pretty decent form. Obviously, we won our first game. Then wasn't the best performance, but we still won. Should have been by more as well. So against Flamengo, they're a decent team, but should we be scared of them? No. We should expect to beat them again. That's why we've got the squad that we've got. We put a lot of money into this squad. Yeah, a lot of them are younger one, but it's a lot of top quality players, especially in midfield. So we should be confident against pretty much any team that isn't European in the tournament. I'll just be honest. We have to be.
No, I second that. I second that big time. I think going to Flamengo game it's gonna be a harder game than LAFC for sure. And I think Maurice's gonna make some changes. I believe we're going in there as favorites, and so I think I got us winning 2-1, and be obviously be closer than it, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I got us.
The only devil's advocate is you could argue the teams we played since Fulham, we should have beaten. No, what game would you devil's advocate? What game would you say in that running have we looked at it and gone, we shouldn't win this game? I know hindsight's lucrative.
I mean, Liverpool, granted, they had won the league, but that's still
forget form, because if it's form-based, then...
Yeah, of course, but if again, look at Liverpool, that's not an easy game. Again, they won the league, but again, teams didn't beat them after that, including Arsenal. I think Brighton didn't beat them either. So to beat them was actually still some credit in the bank. We had
the Liverpool game, you would say, was the one game.
Yeah, obviously, Forest away is a big one. Like that's the game. That's the Premier League pretty much top 4 on the line, top 5 on the line, and we won that. That was a big game. Again, they weren't the craziest games after Fulham, I'll be honest, but we still won what we had to win, and they were pressure games. And then obviously Betis in the European final, 1-0 down. Like, so that isn't an easy game to win.
No. See, I've got to be contrarian. You know, I've got to be balanced. Because no, it is that we're adding emotion to the statements a bit in terms of the pressure, etc. But it doesn't change the fact that if you told me, are you going to Forest away, regardless of emotions, you'd probably expect a better result, no?
Like, the thing is, like, if we were playing
at home, we just won the league and dropped
playing like Real Madrid right now, or Bayern Munich, or even what's their name? Thingy Halal, like the team that drew against Madrid, who are actually pretty decent. They might give them credit. If we were playing one of those teams, I would understand it. But Flamengo, with all due respect, again, they're a good Brazilian team, but they're not crazy. Again, they're not that much better than Fulham or Nottingham Forest away. They're not. They might not even be better than those teams. So for me, I look at it like it's a challenging fixture, but one that we are clear favourites in, and one that I still expect us to win. It won't be easy. My prediction is probably going to be 1-0, but I think we will win, and we should win.
I think I'm listening to. I'm not going to say that full name, God forbid, but I'm listening to because, bro, against these Brazilian teams in the competition, they've actually shown up against the big teams. That's what I'm saying. This, you know.
Yeah,
I'm saying it in general, like they've actually performed, you know, all right.
Yeah, no, I think I saw somebody said they're unbeaten in this in this competition.
Yeah,
so
it's the record, yeah.
They are. I believe they are mid-season, if I'm not mistaken. So they're not like toward end the season and then take a big break. I think this competition just came in the middle of their season. So they are, and the temperature, the condition kind of suits them a little bit more because they play in these temperatures quite a bit, and so. For European teams, it's taking some adjusting to the condition and the environment, and so yeah, they have a big advantage. And the way it's being refereed, it's physical. They're letting them play, which favors the South American teams, and so they are they've done well, but that's not gonna make me all of a sudden be fearful of Flamengo. Just because Botafogo beat PSG, it's not gonna make you Flamengo all of a sudden.
Yeah, I get your points.
I get your point because he's actually made a great point about how the temperature suits them. They're obviously mid-season, so a lot of conditions actually favor them. And you look at these kind of tournaments, Brazilian teams, they always play their heart out. Like they always take these tournaments super serious. Like I won't forget when we lost to Santos when we won the Champions League the first time in 2012, and then obviously and you see these guys, they play it like it's a World Cup final. Like they play it super serious. Whereas the European teans, we kind of go into it kind of thinking, oh, we're gonna win naturally because we're the better team, we have more money, blah blah blah. But it doesn't always be the case, and we were victim of that against Santos. And I remember seeing David Luiz crying at the end, and I'm like, damn, like you can see how much he mattered to him because again, he's a Brazilian who lost to a Brazilian team in a Club World Cup final, and it means a lot to these guys. So of course, Flamengo are gonna come out, play with crazy intensity, crazy passion. They're not gonna be scared of us, but at the same time, I look at our quality. It should shine through. It just should shine through. And again, we've got pretty decent form going into this. I know that the season's been a bit scattered. With obviously a bit of post-season football and then internationals and then now this. But regardless, we still have relatively decent form going into this. So I'm still confident that we're going to get a result.
Yeah, obviously. And Couch, he's just joined us now. We got all the people them here. Everyone in the chat. All their channels and Twitters will be below as well. So
what up? Ads, man. Ads. Your clap, man. What happened to your clap?
Listen, man, it can happen, bro. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. After us, but listen, bro. Make sure you smash our club meet in the quarters, in it, so we can see a little something, man. I want to see
in the quarters. You guys are fixing them not even qualify out of the group, man.
Stop playing.
But the Pogo, if I'm not mistaken, they're gonna draw.
If they draw,
all they need is a draw to top the group, right?
Listen,
do this.
SG are making it through. My other team are making it through. Listen,
how many teams you got, Ads? How many teams one man got?
I told him this. You should be wearing the Chelsea shirt. Chelsea plays soon, you know.
Let us win in there, and then I'll read the colours in it. Let us win, bro.
Wow.
I've heard enough. Listen, someone made a good point. They said, why didn't we play Santos? I want to ask the boys. Are you man worried about Santos not playing the last game? Does any man care about that? Or do you feel like he'll get a run around today? Because I think
he's got to learn the Chelsea way. He hasn't played with his team. Like if you notice, for the most part, Marescas is playing with the people that he knows, you know, and spelling people that need breaks, right? So I think that Asugo coming in for Lavia is a natural replacement. They're both very similar. And what was the other substitution? He brought on
he brought on the lap for Jackson.
The lap for Jackson makes sense.
He also brought on Enzo.
Enzo came on for Lavia, and then Asugo came on for Caicedo.
Oh, that's what it was. My bad. Yeah. Enzo
came on as well.
Yeah, so I don't know. Like he'll play today.
A lot of people, they love Santos. They want his team play.
Yeah,
why didn't he play? Why didn't he play? But I wasn't worried about that. You know,
I think he'll play next game. I think he'll play today. Whether it be from the start or coming out as a sub will remain to be seen. But he's definitely going to play today. I think.
You know. Everyone else, Rob, what do you think?
No, I think he plays, man. I think he plays, no doubt. As Couch said, I don't think, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if it comes. It's from the bench. But you know, I can see the meltdown already in this fan base when they see him not, you know, they don't see him in the starting 11. Then it's gonna be conspiracy. He's definitely getting sold and this and that. But I'm just saying, people need to.
True though, it's true. You know already.
Oh, you know, if his name is not in the starting 11, it'll be like, oh, this is the clearest indication that Maresca does not rate him, and he doesn't, you know, that he's not. Definitely getting sold, and Bayern will be sniffing around this and that. It is what it is. But I think he'll play today. Maresca will rotate. I like what he said yesterday. I think he said he'll rotate 3, 4, or 5 players. It doesn't seem like he's gonna do like what we were doing in conference where it's the entire 11 that's being rotated. I think it'll be as he said 3, 4, 5.
Because I think there's 2 reasons for that. It is a professional tournament. It's not friendlies. And also, this is our preseason in a way. This is his chance to see who can play, who he wants to keep for sure. Because he's going to have a say in who stays and goes. Like Noni, for example, we're going to speak about soon, looks to be on the shelf and not. Other players like that on the fringe will get an opportunity. And he wants to keep the team the same. So I wasn't expecting much changes myself, and we didn't get any. So I don't think people should be surprised if Santos doesn't start today. It comes on for like 2-3 minutes. Like it's not like
you left out the biggest thing, which is like the money involved is crazy for this tournament, bro. Like the money, the financial incentive is crazy. So everybody wants to go far because it can change your whole summer in terms of what you can actually spend or future summers. So that's why I'm not surprised by the lack of changes from most of the big teams. And obviously for us, it was important to get off to a good start and to win. And as for Santos, I mean, we're all mature enough to know that we deal with a very emotional fan base. Like these guys are triggered very easily. So, and I get it. Like Santos is a top player. We also have a great season. We will even seen him have good pre-seasons for us. So like we want to see him, but I wasn't surprised that he didn't start because obviously Caicedo, Lavia, Enzo are obviously ahead of him in the pecking order. Isugo's been with the club more, so naturally he's going to get more minutes. So it's just is what it is. But again, I don't think he'll start today, but he might get minutes off the bench. But I think naturally he'll gradually get more and more involved as he gets more training sessions, gets more used to the players, more used to the manager. So that's just a natural progression. So again, fans the other thing are just doing a bit too much with it.
Yeah, and the other thing to consider too is like we play with 2 dedicated 6'8" kind of, right? Like, and it's essentially Lavia, Enzo, and Caicedo, right? Vying for 2 positions. And right now, those 2 guys, or at least those 3 guys are ahead of Santos in the pecking order. So, and I don't see him as a sitting 6, much more as a roving 8. You know, like I think that he needs to get forward, right? Like,
yeah.
So he's essentially like I don't know, like I don't know if there's a natural spot for him in the setup right now because even as we use Enzo in that sort of like 8-10 role, is that well suited for Santos at this point in time? I don't necessarily know if that's true.
And this is what I'm.
So yeah, you go.
And this is what I meant. I think I was having a back and forth with Jimmy the other day, and it is one of the reasons why I think I could say Andrew Santos is a complete midfielder. He's good at everything, but I'm not gonna sit here and say he's a specialist at one thing. Like Isugo is a is a Caicedo type. Like, he's a sitting six specialist at breaking up play. Enzo is a creative monster. Now that you see that he's doing, like if Enzo didn't have these late box runs and his GA and the goals, then I can see Andre Santos. But Enzo is doing what Andre Santos does, which is getting goals from the midfield, but also being a lot more creative and making the attack be more fluid. I don't know if our attack, is fluid with Andre Santos in it. And so I can see kind of a dilemma where Maresca says, well, you're not as good as 6 as Caicedo is. You're not as good as 8 as Enzo Fernandez is. And so you're gonna be kind of in with. And so if the game is 2-1, and he has Isugo and Caicedo on so he has Isugo and Andre Santos, and he wants to shut up shop, he's gonna bring on Isugo more often than not over Andre Santos. And so that's the dilemma that Andre might find himself.
Like, and to this point,
we started Lavia last game. We lack a little creativity. The person that's going to come off the bench will most likely be Enzo Fernandez over Andre Santos. And then we still, the game was kind of with 2-0. We didn't want to break up the momentum. You need kind of a direct replacement to Caicedo. It's Isugo that gets the nod and not Andre Santos. So it's going to be interesting to see how that the dynamic between all of them flows and how Maresca handles that. It's definitely a good headache to have, but it's a headache nonetheless.
Yeah, and to this point, I get it. He's done it in League One. Hey, Rob, if Jimmy wasn't here, if Jimmy wasn't going to the game, he'd be like, "Send me the link now." You know what I'm saying? That's
Send me the link now.
Send me the link now. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, to this point, yeah, I get it. Like Rob said perfectly. I don't know why Jimmy's saying is waffle. He hasn't proven it in this team yet. And if you've got Caicedo, like Karch is saying, and Lavia and Enzo fighting for 2 positions, Santos needs to do the most to get into his team in training. And then when he plays, he has to perform at a high level. These guys are doing it in the Premier League. Top 4 standard. That's a very, 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 very high standard.
Yeah.
Very high standard. They made the Conference League look very, very easy. All score goals. All contributed. So Santos needs to do the most either in the advanced position or as a 6. If he's not, then people stop outraging for no reason, because he's not going to start over Caicedo, who we all rave as a fan base, probably one of the best players, midfielders in Europe, in the world, and definitely in the Premier League. So let's and Enzo Fernandez as well, by the way, who now all rivals are starting to go, oh, this guy's actually quite good, which we've been seeing for the last 8-9 months. So it's context, isn't it?
Yeah, but just to that point though, again, if people rate Santos as much as they sound like they rate him online, then you got to be patient, because you know that his opportunity will come and he will take
Absolutely.
it. I think he's good enough to take his opportunity and get a run in this team and actually become a
Where would you play him? Where would you play him?
See, I actually disagree with you a bit, Couch. I feel like Santos is built for that 8 to 10 position. I feel like he can box crash and get you goals. He can be all action. I think he's a bit more physical than Enzo, getting backwards as well. So I think he's
no. He certainly like the defensive aspect. He's probably even better than Enzo, to be honest. I'm just thinking more what you need in that position, the creativity, the sort of like the box crashing. I know he can do that. He scored how many goals this year, right? But I think that isn't just the only role that they're looking for in that Enzo role. They want him in the final third to like sort of like dictate what the play is there. And I don't know if he thinks the game like that.
Well, he doesn't, because again, there's very few people that think the game like Enzo Fernandez. But again, it could be also how you tweak the system, because it could be a case of where you use the inverted fullback in Cucurella to play as the 10, and then you have the 2 sitters like we did in the first half against
That's a good point.
The LA team. So that could be Santos sitting next to Caicedo for the whole game, rather than when Enzo plays, he's always the one pushing forward.
Yeah, but then who do you play? Okay, I see what you're saying now. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, have the 2 of them too. Yeah, that makes sense.
But just the last thing on this is like, this is good. Like, we want dilemma. We want to have a lot of midfield options, because a few years ago it was just Kante, and then we were like, oh, was it be Jorginho, would it be Kovacic, and that was it. There was nothing else. And I remember back in the day when we had Lampard, Ballack, Deco, Mikel, like the options were crazy, and we were winning leagues because of it. So that's what we need to get back to, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
I get the outrage, but it's the first game of the Club World Cup. Let's relax. This happened 5-6 games.
Jimmy's gonna be mad if he doesn't see Andre Santos in the starting 11.
Of course he will be, and he will say he's not worse than Sugo. We know that, but that's not the point.
Guys, when is Jimmy not mad though?
Hey, listen, hey Jimmy, I'm not slandering you. Yeah, they're doing it. Yeah,
send him the link. Send him the link. Send him the link.
I asked him if he would have joined, but he's on the way to the game. If he wants to join, Jimmy, feel free to join on the phone, bro.
Jump in, man. Jump in.
Yeah,
Come on,
let's talk about players. We're talking about players, right? We're talking about Noni Madueke, who is linked. Well, he's not linked to Arsenal, but Arsenal's one of the clubs that are monitoring him. All that word gets rinsed in Chelsea. It's annoying. Monitoring, observing, exploratory linked. It's all boring. Basically, if he's for sale, they would raise the eyebrow. Who here would be happy or annoyed if he went to Arsenal? Firstly, who would be annoyed if he went to Arsenal by any chance? Like, who would be like, damn, that's a player we're going to miss? Robert, do you want to speak?
I mean, it depends on who's coming in, right? Like, if they're not moving anybody unless somebody's coming in, first and foremost, right? So, I don't know. Like, it would always ultimately depend on who's coming in to replace him. And for me, I've always looked at Noni as a guy that has a lot of talent, just needs to get the head right. And we've kind of been suffering with this guy for the last 2-3 years, whatever it is. And it feels like he's getting closer to being more the type of player that we want. And we're ready to ship him off now. So we do all the hard yards, make all the hard yards.
Oh, slow down.
How am I slow down for what?
What do you mean by closer to what we want? Please elaborate on that.
Well, he's definitely a touchline winger. He can definitely hug the touchline.
Yeah, what do you mean what we want?
He's more direct.
Be clear. What does that even mean?
What do you think? What do you think Maresca wants in a winger?
To contribute way more goals and assists.
Yeah, sure, that's part of it. That's part of it. But he also wants him to be direct.
That's one of the most important components.
No, he wants him to be able to go 1v1, take out. That's why they moved him to the left wing, take guys out, use the width, whipping crosses, of course, all that stuff. It's not only goal contribution, which he was our best winger in terms of goals contribution this year. So with that said, I'm just saying there is a step that he needs to make, but we've done a lot of hard yards on this guy, and just to sell him now, just at the moment where you feel like he might be taking that step, I don't know.
That's the debate. Okay, the reason why I ask the question is, I'll let Robin disagree or agree with that. Is Carlos is basically saying that he believes, based on what he's seen, and what Maresca wants, Noni is not far away from what we want. I would not say I want to sell him immediately, but I would not also say he's close to what we're looking for. No way. I don't think he's stagnating, but I feel like he's just is where it is. Like, he's too inefficient for the goal. He got good take.
But you're talking about things that come with maturity, though, right? I'm talking about his, like, for me, it's decision making. For me, there's always a problem with him.
He's 24 years old.
He's not 24.
I swear down, he's like 23, 24.
Nah, he's like maybe 22, 23. But anyways, as I was saying,
25, 26. I don't think.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. To be fair, he just turned 23. Fair enough.
Yeah, in and around there. So, like, in terms of like mental evolution or like getting to the next level, he's probably just touching on what he's going to be as a football player now, and you want to sell him to whoever when we have already done all the hard work. I want to see the fruits of the labor that we put in under this guy. We've spent a lot of time. Even if he just ends up being a squad guy for us, and then we ship him off next year because we have the people coming in, that's a different thing. But we've done a lot of work with this guy, and I don't see a reason to sell him right now, unless, of course, you get something that's the next level on top of that.
Go on, Robert. This is the article here. It just says that they're monitoring him, but it doesn't know anything too concrete. But yeah, go on, Robert.
No, I think I agree with Couch's final point that I wouldn't mind him as a squad player. I think if you're selling him to an Arsenal, you have to be guaranteed that you're bringing in somebody that's better right now,
much better,
and also he's projected to hit a higher ceiling than Noni was projected to hit. And if it's Esteval, if that's your direct replacement, I can see, because maybe you think you believe Esteval has a far higher ceiling than Noni Madueke, and that's fair enough. But like, would I sell him? Would I have apprehension selling him to Arsenal? If Arsenal pay good money, no. But I hear Couch's point, but I wouldn't be actively looking to sell him. I would keep him as a squad player. Now the problem is, how would Noni feel about having limited game time in a World Cup year? I don't know if I don't know how he would stomach that, how he would handle that from an attitude standpoint, and if it's gonna get toxic to where he's really he's really fussing and all this stuff, then you rather just move him on, because as I've said, I want survival of the fittest. So if you want to get back on the pitch, you need to outperform the person that's ahead of you. That's what I want. If Noni gets on the bench and let's say Neto is performing and scoring like he's been doing, in the last handful of matches, then you have to outperform Neto. We're not just gonna hand you the starting spot. And so I wouldn't mind him as a squad player, because I think we're gonna play a lot of games next season that I almost feel like two players per position, and with those two players, like if you bring two new left wingers in, they're gonna be new to the system. Esteban is gonna be new to the system. Delap is new to the system. The backup 10 to Cole Palmer is gonna be new to the system. I think it's too much newness around.
So you want to keep some continuity.
Good point. Excellent point.
For everybody to gel all around, to you to achieve what you're trying to do. So I am kind of vouching or rooting for especially continuity this season. But hey, if Arsenal says here's 65 million for Noni Madueke,
I understand you guys. I think the club has a similar stance, because it said very clearly that they don't want to sell him actively, but they would. If the right offer came in, I think Chelsea would probably look at like 50.
Yeah, he's not untouchable. He's not untouchable.
Right? I think for like 55 million, they would probably be like, yeah. But here's the question, Ads, for you, which is based on that point and what Couch and Rob said. It's a good response, to be fair. Which is, what if it was for Kudus? What if the club, it comes out that Noni's sale was to aid, in most people's opinions, of upgrade on Kudus? Would you accept that, or would you be like, nah, I like Noni's progression, I don't think Kudus come in? Because a lot of people saying this, where they've said, which is another fair point, which is linked to it, which is we have a lot of left footed, right? We've got Pyers, who's probably not going to be here next year anyway, Palmer, Neto, Quenda, who joins next year, and Esteval. So is it worth selling a left footer for another left footer? Do you think Noni is a massive downgrade on Kudus? What do you think on that if we were to sell Madueke for Kudus?
That's a good question, and it's actually great that you brought up that comment, because it's kind of was my thinking of Kudus, which is I like Kudus a lot. I think he's great. I love his tenacity. I love his ball manipulation, his dribbling, his drive. He's not coming off the best statistical season at West Ham, but when I watched him, he was always a live wire. He was electric. So that's something that he would elevate, or wouldn't be an improvement on the wingers that we have, because our wingers, I don't really rate them. Like, if you look at, again, your opening statement about would you be frustrated if he left? No, because I don't feel that much about Noni. Same way I don't feel that much about Neto. Even less about he who should not be named. He's on the drug ban right now. So our wingers are not great. Let's be honest. But we know who he is. But listen, our wingers are not great. So with Noni, it's like, I hear what Couch is saying, because where he is at 23, he could go on and be a top winger, because he's got the PMP, he's got the drive. He is good at cutting him inside and getting shots up on his left foot. Like, he's got that X factor potential. And in that sense, better than Neto. But is the overall package there? No, it's not. He's too inconsistent in games. His first touch at times is bad for no reason when it shouldn't be. He moments off the ball, and he's worked well at terms of getting better off the ball. But there's times where he just switches off. So it's like that frustration and that like lack of consistency I don't really like, because looking at how our system is and looking who our strikers are, we need proper goal threats out wide. We need killers out wide if we're going to be a top team that gets us goals. Because again, our defense pretty much outscored our attack in the running to get top 5. Like, our wingers and our attack ultimately did kind of let us down. It was actually down to our defense locking in defensively and actually getting clutch goals from the likes of Colwell and Cucurella. So we need big improvements in our attack. Could Noni improve, like Couch is saying he potentially could? Maybe. And then all of a sudden we have like that 80, 90 million pound player just in our team without having to go and buy it, because the winger market isn't that great. Like, I really like Liao offensively, but defensively, off the ball, his lack of intensity is appalling. And I don't know if that's going to be able to change at his age when he's like 25, 26.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. So we said overall you would do that trade.
What with Kudus, it's like I would want to add Kudus, although again it's an extra left footer, so it's a bit because I want to add a proper left winger who's a right footer cutting in and can get you goals and has that explosiveness. And I like Rodrigo, but has he got the explosiveness that I want? Not quite, but he is.
That's where the João Pedro links come in, you know.
And is he really a left winger either? Though he's more of a striker.
He's seen as the versatile forward. The right-footed versatile forward,
and we already have that in Jackson. So again, it's like I want a different profile. Like I want like a PMPD one on the left to be like that guy, and I wanted like a proven like target man striker up front, which I guess the lap's gonna be, but obviously he's not the proven goal scorer in terms of like a Oshiman or a Jokeris. So again, we've gone for a typical 8 profiles.
I think ultimately you got to look at like what you replace. I don't think Kudus is a like for like replacement for Noni. I think that he comes in and he replaces something like Nkunku for me, right?
Yeah.
In that sort of like versatile forward role.
Yeah, he would be.
If you're looking for a replacement for Noni, it would be somebody like Gittins or Fofana, who I think would be fantastic in this side. I would definitely want to see somebody like a Fofana come in and fulfill duties on both flanks, like whether it be touchline winger on the right or the left. He looks fantastic to me, but again, I don't know. Like it would again. There's not any real strong links to this whole Noni thing. It's mainly just if the right offer came in, we can easily pivot off of Noni and find another piece that can give us again what we want in that position, right? Because there are enough options out there right now, you know, in terms of what we've been linked with, right?
You know, yeah. So
last thing quickly, again, Robert made a great point about how we need to have some continuity with our team, like just offloading everybody and then changing it wholesale is a bit, especially if you're not going out there and getting like an Eden Hazard level talent or even like a Sadio Mane level like talent where it's like, okay, we're getting a guarantee of goals, proven experience at winning, you know, trophies and whatnot. Like we're not really gonna get that. So like, Noni, it might lead to something. But it's got to lead to something this season. Otherwise, we've got to be looking at it.
Yeah, that's the thing is that because we're in Champions League now, like Rob made a good point as well when he said about Ankout and he said about the right winger in terms of if we was to get rid of Noni, you're then relying on Esteval, who's brand new to the league, and then Neto, who we all know is very similar to Noni, is inconsistent.
And he's not getting that GA. He's not.
Yeah, exactly. His GA is not great either. So then it's like, what's the point of getting rid of Noni as well? So that's a good point, Rob. But what I would say is that Kudus, at least in the Premier League, we've seen what he's about. And yes, he's not the right wing replacement per se, but he can do the versatile role and does bring experience, and does bring us pace and power, which we lack. That's why I do agree with you, lot. But at the same time, I'm like, Kudus, I think, would be an upgrade. I think he would be.
When it comes to Kudus, you know, like the Kudus that I've watched, and people are doing are you know obviously been the conversation around us is we need to find somebody who's gonna be able to help us unlock a low block. I don't know if I see Kudus as that. I see Kudus as somebody who does his best work when he's a blade of grass ahead of him, and he will beat 1-2, and then he's got running power. I don't know about his pace. I think he's a powerful player, and he will use his body very well to shoot the ball and protect the ball. I don't know about the pace. I think Noni is a pacier winger than Kudus would be. I think Kudus in the middle, as far as dribbling in the middle with a blade of grass, if you are in transition, he will be way more effective than Noni would be. But I think as a winger, you want to go, you know, in a low block. Part of me is still unconvinced on that part with Kudus, and so I don't know if the swap with Kudus to Noni would be ideal in my opinion. I mean,
so yeah,
intriguing. I would like to see it just to see what it is. But again, as I said, there's something about continuity that I'm kind of valuing, the connection with Cole Palmer, with Enzo Fernandez, with Jackson. And going to next season, like we're gonna be like this every season. If this like, you know, we bring a player in and then they don't hit the ground running the first season, we're like, you know what, I get rid of them. 2 seasons later,
I do agree with that. I do agree with that point.
Yeah, so we gotta bring somebody else and then they're gonna struggle in the first season, to adapt, and they're gonna be like next season.
Yeah,
you know what?
I get the adaptation.
Somebody else in.
I understand the adaptation point. I get that. I understand what you the coach is saying, but I think I'm more in the train of thought of this season. There was too many games where, yes, we had lack of striker options. Fair enough. But our wingers just didn't do enough. And now we're in the Champions League. We can't go into another season like, let's hope Noni improves some more. Like, the whole project is to improve. So I'm not going to be naive and go, the players must be Messi tomorrow. Obviously not.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm looking at someone like Kudus. I think he would add a bit more in a game than Noni would. Especially if he can play more than one position as well. Noni can play flanks, but he's not great in either flank. He's still the same player whether he plays left wing or right wing. Whereas Kudus, for me, I think adds a different dimension to the team. Adds a little bit of different option. I don't know what you got to think. I don't want to go into the same season again where we're like, we need to get a goal against a big team. And there's no one really different. They're all similar.
I hear you. I just think that like there's going to be a natural maturation within the squad anyways. Like some of these younger guys are not going to be young anymore. You know, they're going to start to grow into their game. You saw Neto. I know Ads definitely does not like Neto. I think that Neto is going to be a very, very good player for us this year. Very, very good player. His second year, he's going to have a striker. He's going to have a striker up front that can certainly carve out space for himself, you know, create rooms to shoot. So, yeah, like we're going to be a better team just through the natural maturation of the squad. Now, if that's enough to take us through the Champions League and be a competitive side in the Champions League, that remains to be seen. I don't necessarily know that to be true, which is probably why we're still looking at some other targets, Kudus included. But with that said, I don't know. Again, I'm not one way or the other in terms of this like Noni Madueke thing. Like, if you can find me somebody that is ready to hit the ground running, come in and step in and fulfill a role for us, then I'm all for it. But I'm telling you right now, it's just not that easy, right? To find a winger.
Yeah, it's not easy at all. Yeah.
Like, and even with the names that we're linked with right now, I don't know if any of those names come in and hit the ground running and help us, you know, take our floor, you know, make our floor that much higher. You know what I mean? To the point where we're, you know, Champions League levels, quarterfinal, semifinal team. You know, I just don't think that there's anybody out there like that. We're still looking at players that will come in, need time to acclimatize themselves with the Premier League, or need time to acclimatize themselves with how Maresca wants to play football, and may not be glove in hand fits. So, are we okay with, you know, with the investment of time that we put into Noni right now, seeing that he could mature and become a player that we can utilize in this way? Or is it just like, I just had enough? I've seen enough with this guy the last 2 years where, you know, he just doesn't have the brain mentality to just put it all together. So I don't know. I think that, like, at the very least, you want this guy as a squad guy until some of these other pieces that we have underneath him, the Estevals, Quendas, all these other kids, are ready to step in and fulfill a role in a meaningful way, which I don't think either of them are at this point.
Yeah, people them. Follow Millions the same, man. Hit the like button. Obviously, all the Mandem's channels are below as well, so check them out, man. Very, very easy to do. Twitter handles for Rob and ads and Couch with channels there as well, man. So definitely do that. And also, it won't just be me, but the Mandem here as well. 50% of you are not even subbed. You're enjoying the content, but then you don't subscribe. It makes no sense. It's a guy from East London, man. Subscribe to their channel. Don't forget to do the same for Rob, ads and Couch, man. Simple stuff. Also, I was going to ask him a question on the players we link to in terms of the options we have. So we're obviously looking at Rodgers. Xavi Simons is loosely linked. João Pedro is strongly linked. Kudus. And what's the other one? There's one more. If I can remind me. There's one more.
For the wingers? For in there?
TK. The versatile forward. Out of those two, yeah, who are you, man, looking at the most and going, yeah, that would make a big difference? Forget the price.
Kudus.
So Kudus for Couch. What about you, Rob? This is the versatile forward role, by the way. Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I've been a fan of João Pedro for a minute.
Okay.
I've been a massive fan of João Pedro ever since his Watford days. So I wouldn't mind João Pedro, to be honest with you.
A big difference.
Yeah, this is the first top forward that comes in, and we get Gittins or Fofana, like Couch is saying. And that versatile forward comes in to replace Zhao and Christopher. So who's it going to be?
I mean, listen, like I like the idea of João Pedro, but like I feel like he's similar to Jackson in the sense of like if you have both of them in the squad, it's like unless one of them converts into a left winger, which isn't natural, it's a bit I don't know. But honestly, even though he's not on that list, he's on a different list of names that were mentioned. If we talk about somebody having a big impact on the team, for me it would actually be Leao. Because I think offensively, what this guy can bring, his PMP, his ability to drive past players, attacking the back post and crosses, and his ability to cut inside and shoot and actually let off proper shots that are dangerous. 1v1 ability as well. That is somebody who offensively who will bring a big difference to the team, and actually he's like a killer. Because again, the first half against LA that we played, right? Jackson had a really good game, really good first half. Obviously not scoring goals or anything like that, but we know what his play is like when it comes to like linking up play, creating chances. He played in a couple of really good free balls, like which is really impressive from Jackson.
Yeah.
And like we know that's going to be like the best version of Jackson. Jackson's not going to be like a 25-goal season player. That's not going to happen next season for him. So we're going to have Jackson as a striker, and obviously maybe Delap as well, who we're not going to probably expect 25, 30 goals from. We need somebody to be getting us serious goals from out wide. And of the names mentioned, the likes of Kudus, Rogers, some good players there, but they're not going to get you big goals out wide. Leao could do that. So for me, offensively, Leao would be that difference maker.
But we're not even like loosely linked with Leao though. Like I haven't seen one link.
But this is my issue with the links and the market in general. It's like these guys are people that are mentioning, like they don't move me like that because for what we need.
Well, Kudus doesn't move you, lads.
No, Kudus is an upgrade on Neto and Noni, but it's like that's right wing again, and we already have.
No, but do you not think Kudus is like a Palmer backup? Difference maker off the bench against flipping Sunderland away from home and we're drawing 0-0 half time makes a big difference.
Yeah, like everybody on that list improves our squad. Most of them improve our starting lineup. But again, you mentioned Kudus talking about maybe backup and bench and obviously right wing. But it's like I want somebody to come in and start. And like mostly that really.
Oh, he would start on the right. He would definitely start on the right.
Yeah, he would. But it's like that's an upgrade on Noni and Neto for sure. But is it a big enough upgrade? I think it is pretty big, but it's not like a big GA upgrade for me. It's not like that's going to be someone that's going to get us 20 goals all comps. Probably like 15 to 17 in a good season. And I like.
Hold on a minute. That's good GA.
It is, but like I want somebody's going to be because again, if Jackson and Delap are main strikers up front the whole season, I think we're going to need more goals from out wide.
Brother, if Delap and Jackson, give us like 10 plus goals each.
Oh, it's going to be more than that, bro.
It's got to be way more than that, brother.
It's got to be
20 goals.
We got to need to get 30 from the center forward position.
30 plus in the league between them.
Hey. I was just trying to figure numbers. Yeah? Man, them told me.
10
what
goals?
numbers? Hey, Couch, you're the critic. What numbers should they get?
I think Delap, if he plays the majority of the game, should be anywhere from 17 to 25.
Cool. How much is Palmer getting? Because he got what last year? He got 17?
I don't think Palmer's contribution is any different to what we saw last year. Like,
let's say 20 goals. So what do we want our wingers to get there?
20 goals all comps, you say? 20 goals all comps?
Prem.
20 in the Prem again is kind of crazy. I'm saying 15 for Palmer. Like, as I
somewhere around there.
He had 15 in a bad season. I mean, yeah.
We had 2 seasons to go on. It's either you can say that the first season was freaking purple patch of form.
But the thing is, I don't think 20 is a wild shout though.
No, it's not. I'm saying as to expect it, like that should be like a bonus if he gets 20.
Yeah, I mean, I think we should.
He's got the potential to because he missed a lot of chances. Like
he missed
exactly.
He should be in those positions again next season.
Goals. You see?
Yeah.
I feel like 15 is the median, to be honest. Like, I think
no, Couch. You can get, bro. He had a terrible last 6 months and still got 15 goals overall.
Yeah, so I think 15 is about the medium. I don't think that he had an exceptional year the first year, right? Like,
no, Couch. He underperformed in the season, man.
In the first year, he didn't have an exceptional season.
No. I'm saying last season, meaning this year. Season, yeah. So he underperformed, Couch. He underperformed.
So when you say his what's his ceiling then? His ceiling is probably what we saw first year?
No. I would say.
Holy shit.
Okay. I want to say this correctly. I don't want to get clipped in it. Okay, then how do I say this? Hey, cool. Basically, I would say, put it this way, Couch. Last season, he was underwhelming. Is that fair to say?
Overall, based on what he was the year before.
Based on what he was the year before and based on what we saw with our eyes. This season, Hey, Robin ads interrupt me. Did we not see him kind of fall off? Him himself not engaging, his poor shot selection, etc.
Second half
From
of the
the
season, let me just add even the first half of the season. He had a
He
crazy,
performed decent last 6 months.
But
I think he got 20 goals.
just to add context though, first half of the season, he had a crazy purple patch. Like scoring 4 goals in like the first half against Brighton, like, that pads your stats quite crazy. You know, so like obviously you got to carry it for the whole season. So that's why I say like a 15 is about what I would expect from Palmer, to be honest.
Yeah,
So-
no, I hear you. I hear that. I think the 15, if it's spread out a little more throughout the season, I think people would accept that more. But not the one that I think he's got 1 goal in the last 23 games or something like that.
Exactly.
1 or 2 goals, 20 matches.
Exactly.
So,
but I think ads hit a good point though. Like you're saying that, like exactly, but like the first half of the season, he was scoring like 4s and 3s and 4s and stuff like that, right?
No, I hear it. I think 15 to 20. I think 15 to 20. 15 to 20 is a good range. If he has a great season, he's gonna touch the 20 mark. If he has a good season, it'll be in the 15. But I think if he spreads it out like a goal every 3 to 4 games instead of going 15 games without scoring, I think that would be more acceptable than scoring 4 against Brighton. If he scores those 4 goals in 10 games, it wouldn't be such a bad return. But he scored them in all 1 game, and then when
that's fair. 15, 20. I think the point is ads. I think someone of you guys said Kudus wouldn't be a massive upgrade, but in my opinion, I would want my wingers if Palmer's getting 50 to 20. Couch is saying the strikers need to get 15. Let's say Delap starts most games, more than 15 goals. It's fair. Our wingers need to be getting what? Again, 15. Does Kudus bring us 15 goals and assists? I think he does. I think he easily can do.
He could. But it would because I feel like that would need to be from the right, and we have enough right wingers. So like that's why I want somebody on the left. Because if he's on the right, Noni's starting on the left. Noni's not.
Everyone agrees on that. We need more left-footed. We need more right-footed left wingers. We do.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's why you want Leao, which makes sense. But then we're not even linked to Leao, so it's not realistic.
Yeah, but that's why what left wingers are we linked to? We're not really linked to anybody crazy on the left wing. Other than
Rodrigo and Gittins and Garnacho.
Don't say Garnacho's name on the stream.
Robert, I didn't want to say it because I knew you would start speaking on him. Yeah? Can we not?
You want a GM merchant? There's your GM merchant.
Oh,
what merchant? Wait. Garnacho's a what merchant?
No, you ever heard? Hey, Rob, land your point. I don't
know if I want to hit his land, bro. I don't want to hit his plane take off, brother.
Rob is a big advocate of the
21 GA in a very, very bad season. I'll take that for my winger. He had 21 GA in a bad season. The season before that, he had 17 GA. This is at age 19 and age 20.
This is a European baller. This guy is not good. He fails every single eye test possible.
I'm just saying, he will get you more GA than someone. But he'll get you more GA than Sancho by country mile. He's not.
Sancho wasn't good enough.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, if you brought Kudus and Garnacho, I bet you Garnacho gets more GA than Kudus.
Nah, I disagree.
You get the same amount of games.
I feel like Garnacho in the United team, it's a lot of it goes towards him, and that's why he's so inefficient because his numbers are awful.
But we know you're implying Garnacho
They're built around Bowen. Kudus doesn't get that many shots off. In a system where he gets a lot of shots off, he's going to get you more goals than Garnacho.
Absolutely, man. Like, don't forget, like West Ham predominantly play on the counter, right? Like they predominantly.
Their attack is terrible.
I wouldn't say that it doesn't, but he's going to get more opportunities in a possession-based squad.
Way more. Chelsea create what?
We'll have the ball more.
Most chances in the league last season.
I don't.
You know what, Chelsea, I'll say about what I said about Kudus. Kudus actually can get you good GA in this team, very good GA in this team. So
I think Kudus in Chelsea's system. I'm not talking about top club. Chelsea are one of the best teams in Europe in creating chances. We create a lot of chances. Yeah. I think Kudus. Maresca's telling him you're physical, P&P. Not trying to make it a IC3 thing, but you get me. Pace and power, you get me. On the right wing, man, them. Come on.
But I think you guys are forgetting. I don't know if we're forgetting an important detail here. We haven't been after Kudus. West Ham has offered us Kudus. We haven't been after Kudus. Now West Ham are desperate to sell him, and they want the highest bidder. They've shopped him to United, to us, to Arsenal, to Spurs. They're the one that approached us and said, "Do you want Kudus? We're trying to get rid of him." We have never been after Kudus, so it leads me to believe going into the season in the first versatile forward position, Kudus hasn't been on our list. It's West Ham who's offered us Kudus and wanting to take a Robert Sanchez and KDH, the top players in exchange.
Guys,
we haven't been after Kudus.
I'm going to defend Robert here, and I've got a reason behind it. Guys, before you overreact, because Robert does come with rational points. He doesn't just say things emotionally. He does come with facts. Book it is his favorite line, yeah? This is ads and couch, lock in, yeah? I have a problem with this statement because these are the same people that laughed at Anthony Gordon 2 years ago who were linked to him for £40 million. I mentioned this on the stream, and I swear down, the stream was going, get this chess guy off, he's waffling. The same fans who were laughing at Garnacho would have laughed at Gordon 2 years ago. The same ones. Everton's not that good. He ain't that great. And now who are linked with Gordon, everyone's going to get excited about it. So what I'm saying is, if you rate Caicedo, you rate these Enzos, you rate these other links we're linked to at the lap joining, you have to keep the same energy, man. You have to keep the same energy. So maybe Garnacho isn't that bad, Maybe he's not.
But we've also been linked to and signed bad players as well. Like, I'm not going to forget that. So just because we've been linked to good players that we didn't get, that means it's okay when we signed Disasi or Badia Shaw or whoever, right?
No doubt.
There's plenty of bad examples. But to the point about Garnacho, like as much as I hate the guy as a player and as a footballer, I can see what he can bring in terms of he's direct and he's like whatever. But for me, the inefficiency is not there. And I'm sorry, like he's not good enough for me to want to bring that kind of ego and that mentality to the club. I'm sorry. This guy thinks he's Ronaldo, prime CR7, and he plays like flipping a championship baller sometimes. But I'm not with it.
I'm not even in a position to comment. I'm just gonna let you guys run that.
I'm surprised. To be honest, I hate talking on Garnacho. It boils my blood. It boils my blood, honestly.
And that's fair. I think if he came here, he would quickly become a fan's favorite.
Man said, who's Garden again? Man said, Anthony Garden.
Who's Garden again?
But Anthony Gordon, I can't lie, I didn't rate him at the time. And again, Tuchel might have been cooking with that one.
Yeah, so, I can't lie. This would be a horrible attack for Champions League. You're not lying. You're not lying. This attack playing against anybody in the champs, I'm nervous for the wrong reasons. I'm nervous. This just screams.
Do you know how many chances do we need to create for that attack?
Is it? Okay, hold on. Is it better than Sancho and Adeyemi?
Sancho's a nice player in Champions League. I think that the pace of game suits him.
That is true.
Rob, what do you mean by that question? What do you mean?
Because Dortmund made the Champions League final with Sancho and Adeyemi as the wingers.
Yeah, but like Sancho in the Champions League, he's a different animal. Like that's part of the reason why I wanted to keep him at the club is because I feel like when European nights come about, this guy becomes a different type of player. He just suits that style of game, like slower pace, a little bit more methodical, probing, all that kind of stuff. He's that kind of player. It's just like he doesn't really light the stage of fire when he's playing in the Premier League because it's just a different game altogether. But Champions League, he's a very, very good Champions League footballer.
100%.
Yeah, Rob, that's a nasty point. That's nasty because we play in the Premier League. That's A, and B, they didn't win anything. So what are we doing here?
I mean, they made the final of the Champions League.
That's why he's saying this, and I have to keep Robert in check. Rob, we support Chelsea Football Club. We win stuff. Don't compare to finals. Yeah. Don't do that.
Good point.
But anyway,
Hands up.
Yeah, I have to call you out there, Rob, man. We've got to hold the standards up. You're a big account on Twitter, You have a big influence now. You've got to be careful. Jeez. But anyway, people then. Last topic here is, listen, are you, as a panel, happy with the names we're linked to, how we're going about things, the Man Yang thing? I haven't spoken to all of you guys collectively, so it's good to talk about this now. Are you okay with the fact we didn't overpay for Kittens as well, Man Yang, or are you very disappointed with get these players in, that the club's kind of moving slow? And a lot of Arsenal fans are feeling like this at the moment because they're seeing Liverpool do the most, City do the most. As Chelsea fans, are you annoyed? Do you feel like we're behind? Or do you feel like it's all going to be okay at the end of the window? What do you man think? Anybody can go with this one.
I mean, I'll go first and I'll just say that, like, fans, again, are emotional and a bit too much in a rush to go and fix the window in the first few weeks. Like, let's just chill in it. Like, obviously for the Club World Cup, it would have been nice to add a few attackers because we were bleeding for attack in our attack to end the season. We added the lap. That's cool. Let's see how that goes. But yeah, again, our preseason starts early August. So for me, I'm not really panicking until we reach that point. And then it's like, okay, we're preparing for preseason. We're trying to get our training ready, get everybody up to fitness. By that point, if we've not made significant signings in terms of the defense, because we need a centre back. If we've not signed like another attacker, then I'll be concerned. And obviously, we need a goalkeeper. And to that point, obviously, the lap wasn't my first choice. I would have wanted a more proven goal scorer, but again, the profile I don't mind. I actually liked his debut, to be fair, as well. So actually made some really good runs off the ball, great assists. So I can see the potential connection there with the likes of Palmer and obviously Enzo. That could be something. Again, the links to the likes of Gittins, Garnacho links. Good Lord, I don't want to get your channel demonetized or anything, so I'm gonna just keep it there with that.
You don't make Gittins?
Nah, not it for me. Not an upgrade on what we have. I'm sorry, not it. But the Magnon links, I'll end on a positive. The Magnon links, that moves me. We're actually trying to sign somebody experienced, a captain, somebody who won trophies. Fair enough. So obviously, again, we didn't get it done before the Club World Cup. I'm not too moved by it. I don't really care. Just get it done at some point for a reasonable fee, and I'm happy. So if we go and sign Magnon, that actually surprised me in terms of what I expected us to do this window. So Magnon, a centre-back, another winger who can get us GA, and then obviously plug some holes in there, obviously with like a backup to Palmer, stuff like that. I'm happy, man.
Yeah, to let Robin couch land before we end the stream, we need to plug in what's called like floor raisers and ceiling raisers. Because last season, in hindsight, we didn't actually address the first team. Whereas this summer, we actually have to address at least 4 positions or 3 positions in the first team. So I think Delap will be the striker. I think they'll go with. I think we need a new goalkeeper, a new centre back to play with Colwell. We need left winger, and we need that versatile forward. And I think those positions are going to be needed. So the names we're linked with, I'm kind of in the middle. I asked the question to you guys because Gittins is good. I rate him as a footballer. Is he really a floor or ceiling raiser in terms of left wing? Maybe because he's a left winger naturally. The right centre back shouldn't be linked to any much recently. The goalkeeper, Mangyang, looks like he's quieted down a bit. So I feel like if Chelsea don't address the first team positions, it's going to be a mad meltdown, even from us lot. We're going to be very disappointed. So,
well, yeah, I don't see why anyone wouldn't be upset if we don't address the needs that we've had for a little while right now. But
yeah, exactly.
The window literally just opened. Like, don't talk about this little fugazi before the Club World Cup window, like the 6 days or whatever that was. I don't even I don't care about that, because to be honest with you, even if we brought people in for that particular tournament, chances are Maresca is using the squad that he knows and trusts first and foremost. He's not bringing in guys and say, "Oh yeah, we're just going to play this guy." He doesn't know what we're doing football wise, but we're going to play him anyways. So with the exception of maybe Magnan, I think what Magnan, just because of what he is, in terms of like how we play.
Because
right?
City and Liverpool went crazy early. That's why people are getting a bit.
Yeah,
need to be, right?
Yeah, of course. And like they were probably doing that work from time. Chelsea can't really do the work until they were like guaranteed to be in the Champions League, number one. For the players that we want to get, like, yeah, you can probably still go and get Gittins, like whether or not you have Champions League or not. But why are you paying overs for that guy? Mm-hmm. Like, what are we doing here? This guy's a squad guy, right? So, yeah, I'm not upset by anything. I'm waiting till the end of the window before I start making any noise whatsoever. Like, people think that just because you see these other squads making moves, that means that Chelsea's sleeping at the wheel. First of all, the players that we're linked with, outside of maybe Gittins, probably have more suitors attached to them right now. Their agents doing their due diligence, saying, you know what? Yeah, Chelsea, here's the Chelsea offer. Let's see what else comes in. So we can either basically, what would you do? You kind of like leverage them against each other. So you say, okay, well, here's what they're offering here. Now, instead of like I'm making $100,000 a week, I'm making 110. That goes a long way. That helps both the agent and the player. So nobody's making a rush to sign on to a club when they're well sought after in Europe in the first couple of weeks of the window. Like, nobody's talking about Gyökeres right now. Gyökeres is still out there. Probably the most sought after striker is out there, and nobody's the wiser about it, right? So none of these players that are well sought after are making moves in the first week of the window. It takes time to get these things done. We saw it with Caicedo. What was it, 2 years ago or whatever? So just relax is all I have to say. Like these bigger deals take a long time. It's not first day of the window opens to get signed. If any agent's doing their job, they're waiting for more offers to come in before they make any move for their client. Bottom line, that's how I see it.
Rob.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I agree with Couch for the most part. I think I'm not sweating this. Our fan base just react through the prism or the view of what other clubs are doing, and it is because Liverpool have bought Kirkes and Vert and Frimpong, that everybody is tripping, and then Man City have bought. I mean, if you ask me, yes, they are overpaying for the players they're bringing in. I don't want us to do the same thing, like paying 150 million euros for Vert. It is overpaying. When Shirky was started to go for 22 million euros and you go pay 42 million, that is overpaying because of the Club World Cup. I don't want to go and pay 70 million or 65 million euros for Gittins just because they're trying to exploit us for the Club World Cup. I'd rather wait. And so it is smart, it is sensible, and it makes absolutely no sense to go and overpay just because you have Club World Cup, not knowing that you already we have what, 4 players already that are in this squad. You can't dump 8 or 9 players on the manager all at once and say, here you go. We got 9 additional players for you to fit into a squad, to fit into a Club World Cup all at once. Like we have Delap, Isugo, Andre Santos, and Mamadou Sarr already that are trying to get implemented in the squad. We would have loved to have Gittins and Magnan, but to me it's not the end of the world. Yes, I will review the window at the end of it on September 1st, and then we'll assess the incomings and the outgoing, and decide how much how we grade it, if it's a good window or if it's a bad window, and how much we addressed the needs of the squad throughout the window. But 20 days in, I'm not tripping, man. It's crazy to be tripping in 20 days.
Yeah. It's like a lot of. I think Chelsea done this in the past. So we've done loads of quick deals, and everyone's gonna look at what Chelsea's doing, and it turned out that most of our deals weren't even that great in hindsight.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Liverpool's won't work, but obviously because Liverpool won the league, because they've signed top players everyone rates, confirmational bias that they're doing everything perfectly. It might not even work out the way everyone thinks it does. Football never works that way. So everyone relax, calm down. Like everyone said on the panel, it's literally only been less than a week or just over a week now. It's not that deep. Chelsea have the targets. Yes, we're not happy with the targets. But like I always say, I do this for content. But in my personal life, I don't overreact to news about, oh, Noni's going or this guy's coming in. We don't know what's going to happen. Who expects Pedro Neto to come in? No one would have said that started at the window. And now he's playing for Chelsea Football Club. So in that respect, I think we need to hold our horses. Anything anyone else want to say?
Yeah, I just think that what we're basically reacting off of is the links. So, Chelsea put in, they have personal terms agreed. Like we're reacting to the links. Oh my God, look how long we've been linked with this guy, and it's not getting done. Like nothing gets done that quickly. And everyone just like fiending off of the dopamine of like signing new players. Oh yeah, this guy's coming in. Like I'm just like, it has nothing to do. Like no business is done that quickly. You think that like Kirkes and all these guys, like all these, you don't think that those were like in motion from time? You think that was just as the window opened, like Liverpool and all these teams started negotiating these moves? This is from time. They've been looking at Turkey. They've been looking at, the likes of the kid Verts and all those guys. It's not like the window opens and all of a sudden they start negotiating terms with these guys. They know the agents are already working actively behind the scenes trying to figure out who these players are, what it's going to take to get them into the squad. It's not no one night overnight thing. So, I'm very, very confident that, Chelsea will make the right moves. I think they've done a good job so far. I like the lap signing, and I like the players that we've been linked with for the most part. It's just now it's going to take a little bit more time to get it over the line.
To be honest with you, you need to block that rubber guy in the chat, by the way. That Sanchez.
And like the other thing too, The other thing too is
there's Robert guys actually sitting next to you.
Yeah, we got to get him out of the chat.
Get it.
Who is that team? Get him out of here. What, Robert, man? Why do you always? Oh, Robert, I'm always with you, and then you just throw me out of the water, man. Why?
No, because I in the comment says, Robert, you never sweated. We could go another season with Sanchez in goal and you'd be calm. Like if you give me, I don't know, Van Dijk and Konate center backs, yeah, why not? I think you can. I think you can compete with a average goalkeeper if you have elite center back play, like Arsenal did with Ramsdale.
But we don't compete. We win.
I know, I acknowledge, but we this is not the Roman era. We are going to progression. So
I'm not saying we have to win the Champions League.
The challenge
I'm
for the
saying,
league.
is he even enough to win the FA Cup?
What?
I'm not saying to win the champs. I never said that. I said, is he enough to win the FA Cup even? I don't know.
Yes. I mean, we won Conference League. That's what Conference League.
To be fair, Nick Pope won a Carabao Cup. He's not worse than Nick Pope. Listen, I hate you. I hate that. To be fair, that goalkeeper in net for Crystal Palace is not better than Sanchez. I hate you. I hear you.
Don't do that. Don't tell me Henderson is better.
Henderson's a good goalkeeper.
He's not world class, though, is he? That's the point. He's not.
Sanchez definitely isn't world class.
See, that's the point Robert's trying to make. You know what, Robert? It's annoying because I disagree with you, but then I hear it.
We're not getting Van Dijk and Konate.
I don't like this. I don't like Robert.
Definitely not.
I want to disagree with him, but he gives a good point. So, like, you know what?
But I'm saying when, like, you can have Magnan in goal, but if your center back play is poor, then you shipped in 5 like you did against Spain, because your center back just were atrocious. But if you have a good center back can bail out an average goal.
Yeah, but then Rob, what we're doing there is an ideal situation though. Like, what teams have both good centre backs and good goalkeepers, top goalkeepers?
For the elite teams.
Yeah,
that's my point. And there's not a lot of them. That's my point.
Yeah, no, I've always been of the opinion, like, if you bring, we need an upgrade on Sanchez in order to win the league or to win the champs. But if you upgrade the centre back play, I think you can challenge with Sanchez.
Well, then the question is Gueye going to be enough of an upgrade? Because I feel like that's what's going to end up happening.
No, Gueye's going to Liverpool, bro.
He's at Liverpool.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's going to Liverpool.
Really?
Yeah.
So they're going to sell Konate.
Let me get up for you lot. Let me know in the chat. I know to end it off very shortly. So last little segment.
But while you're looking, obviously, I know that Konate's obviously got a year left. There's the whole Madrid links and that. So I didn't think that they were going to actually pull the trigger on Konate to get money.
No, like Couch said, these lot would have lined this up. Fabrizio said this, and he doesn't just say this loosely. And I already knew this based on the links that I saw before. But he said this today, Adia. Everyone can see this. Bang. Because as soon as Quantado is completed, Liverpool activates centre-back options. And then when he says this, it's done. Margay is on the short list. He's been appreciated for months. And Diamande, who's also been linked to Crystal Palace, will be his replacement. It's already done.
Wait,
this is already done.
That means he's on the short list.
No, bro. Diamande is going to Crystal
everybody, like Ben Jacobs tweeted about Gueye to Liverpool.
Do you forget, we're behind the news. So we're behind in terms of what we already know. Diamande is going to Crystal Palace.
Okay,
yeah, but that could just mean that Gueye's on his way out, but it doesn't mean he's going to Liverpool.
Yeah,
like they're just looking to replace Gueye right now, but like where he ends up landing, like Gueye, I don't think that's been decided yet.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I like Gueye. He's even my first centre back in it. I just assume that's what we're going to end up doing, because that feels like a very much a clear signing. But I want to see who the centre back is, because that's going to really dictate where my confidence lies in next season. We need.
But why can't he be a clear signing?
That's very clear, bro. Like,
how is it clear? We don't sign players like that.
Yeah, we do. That age profile, like the wages you're gonna come on, that is very.
We're more likely to sign a brand for you.
Oh, no way.
No. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. No. Likely to.
No, not even close. Are you kidding me? Don't buy those links, man.
Like, you shooting the messenger. I'm just relaying what I saw.
No.
Couch looking this face. He's like, no way.
I don't understand the link. Like, if you guys watch this guy play football, Like, I can't understand why you think that he would fit into what we're doing at Chelsea.
Oh, Mark Gay.
No, Gay is actually pretty decent on the ball, actually, and he's got decent passing range. I'm talking about Branthwaite. I mean, I know we talked about this before. Like, this guy cannot play possession-based football.
Hey, Robert, I know you want to disagree. I can just see him doing this. I see him doing this. And he's waiting.
You guys are killing me. You guys are killing me. Watch him play, please. Just watch him play. Don't think about like this box presence guy. He's not even playing. He's not even playing for England now. Like
no, I actually agree with you, Coach. I don't. Branthwaite on the ball isn't it? But just
Count is not right.
Let me just ask Robert. Robert, what centre back would you want to realistically get to start next season?
Murillo.
Okay.
Good shout.
Okay.
It's a good shout.
I hear it.
Is it realistic though?
It could happen. It probably won't, but it could happen.
I mean, I think it is. If you're willing to cough up 60, 65 M's for Branthwaite, more. I think Forest will.
I want somebody taller, but I do like Murillo though. I do like
Murillo. I hear what you're saying though. Like, I want somebody that's a little bit more commanding back there, like a bigger, stronger physical presence. That
is Murillo, absolutely 100%.
What is he, like 6'1"?
I think he's 6 foot.
He's like 6 foot.
He's not the tallest, but he's physical. He's fast. He's aggressive.
He's decent in the air too. No, I know. There's a reason why I like him too. I've watched him play. I know what he's about.
Yeah,
he's
quite.
Oh, they got handled by Cole, bro. What are we doing here?
I respect
Cole wanted to score his right-footed shot. Come on, really?
Respect
was good, man.
So Couch is permanently putting down. You know what that word means? He's ferociously putting down Branthwaite, but then promotes Murillo.
Yeah.
Why?
So because we beat Liverpool 3-1.
Murillo good on the ball. Like, what are we talking about here, man? Murillo is good on the ball. We're gonna have the ball. We're gonna have the ball.
Murillo, yeah, he's good. Yeah. Like what?
He is.
He's good as well. He's good.
It depends. I'm not talking about. He can play in a low block defense. Counter attack. He can play that style of football. But as soon as he gets pressed and we're looking to progress the ball from the back, he's not the guy. He's just not the guy. It's clear as day to me that he cannot play the style of football that we're playing right now, where we have the ball 65% of the time. You see, like man, them know, man. The man them know, man.
This is cheeky, man. How do you even respond to that?
I hear you, but I think you're under rating.
Watch him play. Go watch him play.
I watch you underrating.
Watch him on the ball. Watch him.
He's not the best on the ball, but I think he's serviceable.
So what do you think that the number one requirement is for football players at Chelsea right now?
Height,
technical ability, technical.
Yeah,
that's first and foremost. And you believe that Branthwaite is technically sound enough to play at Chelsea?
No. Couch is aggressiveness and height.
I don't think he's. I don't think he's.
So you're saying that the style of football that we're playing right now we favor aggressiveness and height more so than technical ability.
What we need ideally is more technical centre back who can also has the qualities to play out the back and is also tall and aggressive. But unfortunately, in the market there isn't a mold of that. So I'd rather go with someone who's less technically able, but has more height and more physicality.
I might break the system though.
He's not any technically worse than Fofana, is he?
Bro, is Chalobah technical?
Technically worse than Fofana? Oh, no. Come on. Don't make me get close to bad word here, man. Don't make me
having a good stream. Having a good stream. Let's not argue. Is Chalobah technical?
Oh my god.
Is Chalobah technical? Someone answer me.
Chalobah is very comfortable on the ball.
Is he technical?
Yes, he's technical.
On the ball, yeah.
I think we're doing a little too much on Branthwaite. I think you all are doing it too much on Branthwaite.
I'm going to send you. You know what, Robert? I'm going to send you some footage in his DM. I don't think you watch this guy. I'm going to send you some footage in his DM.
So this is cheeky. Don't do this. It's not just about height because Saliba's good on the ball. Saliba's good on the ball as well.
Listen. We want to add aggressiveness and height, but Couch's point is that the fundamental of this team is we're a very technical-based team.
Yeah, I think Couch is making it sound like he's Wan-Bissaka out here.
That's what I'm saying.
He's
not Yeah.
Oh, Wan-Bissaka can do a little shimmy. No, I hear.
Yeah, Bramthwaite at his big. Listen, he's 6'7" or whatever. Yeah, he's cool. He's a good defender, but on the ball to lead the back line, it's not it.
No, it's not it, man. It's not it. We're talking about having the ball 65% of the game. And you want a guy that's comfortable on the ball, comfortable in possession when being pressed, while being press resistant when we're being pressed. He's not that guy. He's just not that guy. I don't even understand where the links came from, to be honest with you. I don't even know who thought that that's something to put out there in the media.
You're doing too much. This one you're going too far.
Guy, I'm telling you.
Going too far.
I'm telling you.
You went, why is the link?
We will not be putting in a link to a brand. I guarantee you there will be no bid put in for this guy. I can almost 100% assure myself of that. He's not. We're not putting in anything.
Is it because we don't rate him, or is it because
he doesn't play football at the club? It's just that simple.
I think it is because if it was 50 million, I bet you would put a bid in.
No way.
Overpricing.
No way. No, absolutely no way. There's no way. He doesn't play the style of football that we want to play.
No,
no, he doesn't. He doesn't. He's not press resistant in any way, shape, or form. He doesn't look. He turns like a Mack truck. Like, come on, guys, man.
We don't need both our centre backs. We only need one centre back to do this role. I'll give you an example. Okay, cool. I asked you, man, to end this team. Man brought this up for no reason. We didn't need to have it.
I didn't bring it up. You brought it up, man. I didn't mention no branch, man.
That was so normal. And you don't make it a big deal. But let's go with it then. Ask this question, ads and couch, because you man disagree. Is Konate technically sound?
Is Konate technically sound?
Yeah.
He's very good on the ball. What are we talking about here, man?
That's a good question. That's a good question, you know.
Is he good on the ball?
He's good. He's decent.
No, but
is he technically like? Is he technically elite? Is that his best?
Is he press resistant? You're asking is he press resistant, right?
Yes. Is he press resistant?
Okay, go on. Yeah,
he's serviceable on the ball.
He's
serviceable. But what does he have? What does he have though?
But what he has off the ball is way better than Bramthwaite. Recovery, pace, the physicality, 1v1 is too elite that we can.
Guys, what are we doing here, man? What are we doing?
I'm going here with something. My point is, Van Dijk is like the exception, right? He's elite. He's got pace. He's physical. He's technically sound. I'm not saying Cole's that, but Cole's got very good technical ability on the ball. He's okay defensively, can improve. We had this bit with Jimmy the other day. We all were here. We all saw it, okay?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm saying our other centre-back can be less technical, but brings that leadership and qualities off the ball, which we miss.
But we all agree. Even Cash would agree, but
I'm not saying Bramthwaite is elite at that. I'm just saying a Bramthwaite type archetype is what I don't mind for the club.
But that archetype still needs to have the basic fundamentals.
Exactly. Why are you guys ignoring that?
The floor of this team needs to be technical team. We look across the board, we're all technical players. So whoever comes in, they can be physical, they can be burly, they can be that aggressive tool centre back. Cool. But you still need to have that fundamental base that needs to meet where the rest of the team is at. Otherwise,
Bramthwaite is that bad technically for you, though?
Not great on the ball at all. Not great.
Oh my god, guys! Wow. I honestly, I can't even believe we're having this. I want you guys to watch this guy. I'm gonna send you guys some stuff. I'm gonna send you guys some stuff. Like I don't even like. There's like it's not even to me to the point where I'm like, okay, well, maybe. I'm not even like maybe. He cannot play possession-based football. Wow. He cannot. He cannot play possession-based football. I'm 100% on that.
And just even tossing at least gives you the really good line breaking.
Hey, tossing on the court is quality, you know. Tossing, put some respect on Tossing's name. He's quite technical.
Bramthwaite doesn't give you those line breakers. It's not like he's only just not good on the ball, like in terms of under pressure. In terms of his passing range, it's not there. I haven't seen him once impress me with his.
That's a good question, guys. Before we end, what does Tossing have? What does Tossing not have that we look at him and go, he needs to be upgraded on?
Mobility.
There's something about him, but what is it?
Mobility and consistency. He ended the season good, but mobility and consistency for me. I don't.
So he's like his half turn, like is that what you're saying? Like his tracking back, his pace.
But he's quite. He's not.
Like 1v1s. Like in 1v1s, he's not.
Because I'm thinking he's tall, he's technical, he can pass through the lines, he's a leader. But what doesn't he have? Why we need to upgrade on him? I don't want him to stay. I mean, I'm just saying, like, I agree he shouldn't be
I don't want
dropped.
him to stay. I don't want him to stay.
He's like, obviously he's big. He doesn't have a great turn of pace. So when you're playing a high line, you can get exposed for pace that way. Not only that, but like I still think that like just how you process information is very important, especially when you're playing a high line. Like those split seconds, we're talking about like it takes a half a second for somebody to get caught out, especially playing a high line. Like there's no way to recover from that. Right? Yeah, big up. But I don't think that's the only thing that I think he lacks, like the ability to assess danger and recover in time to make the interception. Even the game against like Nottingham Forest, they gotten behind him twice. He had a fantastic game, but they gotten behind him twice, and if it was not for Chris Wood missing like sitters, different game.
I mean,
but we're talking about more than half a yard difference, right?
I think for me, he is our best line breaking passer. He is, when it comes to switching the ball, doing those diagonal, I think he does it better than Colwell, in my opinion. I think he is faster. He's not rapid, but he has those long stride that help him kind of catch up on attackers at times. And I think it's great in the air. And he's our most physical center back.
Yeah.
And so, like when we face physical strikers, Moresca tends to prefer to go with him over a Trev, for instance. Even though Trev is more agile and all the stuff that Tosin might not have, but Tosin on the ball, Tosin aerially, Tosin with physicality and leadership, I think he is. I think, yeah, man. I wouldn't want to get rid of Tosin at all. I think he's a good influence in the dressing room. He's a good squad player to have. I mean, every time he plays, I was just like, yeah, okay, yeah, all right, cool, it's Tosin. I wasn't like, oh my god, it's Tosin.
Yeah, no. Again, turn of pace is not great, and again, I would say just the time, like assessment of danger, like the reaction time to that.
Yeah, the reading of the game.
You know what I mean? Like it's not. We're not talking about like miles off it. We're just talking about all it takes is like a fraction.
Yeah, like a split second play and you're out. Yeah.
Exactly, right? Especially because he's not the most pacey to make up for it. Like he's not the most athletic guy that can like account for his mistakes by using his pace to catch up, right? Like he doesn't have that kind of pace. So these are the things. It's the same thing with Badia Shield for me too, to be honest. Like assessment of danger, and knowing when to the reaction time to these types of things. Like he just doesn't have the timing of it down. Yeah. But yeah, like the Konate thing, like I'm not saying that Konate is the prototype in a back four, like especially in a possession-based team. But when you have a freaking guy next to you that is basically eating up everything, you could live with having an okay player in that position there because you have the prototype right next to him. We don't have that. We don't have that.
Yeah, that's fair.
I asked Don to come on for the last 2 minutes, but guess you just messaged me, guys. I was about to end this feed.
What's Jimmy saying? Tell
what's Jimmy saying?
Jimmy. Right, you want to top up, man.
You're about to come on Santos smoke.
Yeah, let me see what Jimmy's saying. Let the man them stay. Rob, obviously, you need to cut for work. That's fine.
I'll actually listen to Jim for a minute, then might have to cut for work real quick.
But yeah, let's see what Jimmy says, and you man can cut.
Yeah,
Jimmy, hurry up, man.
I got a few minutes, so I'm
in a bit. Oh, he's here. Be up, Couch, you gone? Yeah, he's gone. I didn't get to say anything to him. Hey, man, for Couch's channel, you'll see it below in the script his YouTube channel. So follow him up. What are you saying, Jimmy?
Yo, I'm about to take this Chelsea jersey off, bro.
Whoa. Why would you say that? That's the first thing you gotta say.
Bro, yo, all you see is fucking red. Yo, bro. Bro, no, y'all not understanding. Hold up.
Hey, dude, stay safe, man.
Bro,
Brazilians don't play, bro. Don't play.
It's crazy out here. Like, hold on, wait. Wait till I pull up. I'm next to some right here. All Fluminense, all Flamengo fans.
Man said he's scared of the Brazilians.
It's an away game, bro. It's actually an away game. Like they don't play around Brazil.
This is a fucking away game, bro. This is an away game. Look at this.
Chai. Hey,
Wow, it's red on red.
Bro, the game doesn't start for 2 hours, you know.
It's
Give us
an away
over 2
game, bro.
hours.
It's an away game, bro. It's an away game.
We're going to St. James's Park.
I'm about to park right now, smoke me a spliff, and then walk over there and meet Marshall from Casually FC. I'm about to go over there and link him right now. Yeah. And then I'm gonna link CB. CB's supposed to link me over there too. So I'm gonna be vlogging and shit. So I'm gonna get some footage. But all I see is red over this motherfucker.
Nah, it's mad. Hey, Jimmy, we're gonna cut, man. But make sure you post
Ah,
that
yeah.
content. You want to see that?
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, but chat, love everyone in the chat. Been a great show. Need 100 people at one point, which is sick. Add this channel for Twitter link below. Forward 100, easy. Robert, you already know, is on the scheme out there. Bobo Blow is on Couch Critics channel will be there. And man, them subscribe to me, man. Get a lot of views on this channel now, but 50% of you are not subscribed. And all I ask is to follow the people's channels, because without them, how we supposed to talk, and to follow my channel up as well. Subscribe to your channel, get that done, and we're good to go. Love everyone in the chat who's spoken. Shout out JJ, Ray, Cole Palmer. That's real you. Performed today, bro. You know what I'm saying? We've got Latimus Prime always showing me love as well. So everyone in the chat who's been Stephen Michaels, obviously Don, big up Don as well, couldn't join, was on TFC just now. But big up everyone who's tuned in. Jimmy feeling like Red Tip Bloods territory. Bro, I didn't get what he was saying at first, and I get it. There's so many Brazilians out there, I hear it, bro. I just subscribed yesterday. Big up CP, man. Big up CP. But yeah, people who are out of here, man. Enjoy your day. Up the Chelsea. Hope we get a win as well.